Alright, so another attempt at an install video on my 2020 Harley-Davidson Low Rider S. Today we're going to be working on replacing the stock exhaust with a much louder Vance Hines 2-in-1 upsweep exhaust. I've seen a few videos on YouTube about this and I'm really excited about the sound. Let's get started. So you might notice a change in scenery. I'm here at my friend Mike's place. He's the guy who came and helped me fix up what I broke last time on my last install video. If you guys check that, I'm gonna put a link down below. And we went over to his place because his garage is way more organized. He's got way more tools and he can supervise to make sure that I don't screw this up again. Thanks, Mike.
Welcome.
Alright, so the first step is taking off the heat shields. I sped this video up because it takes me a long time to do these very simple tasks. So I used a flathead screwdriver to loosen up these bands that are around the exhaust. And what you do is you turn them and you turn them, and then they'll get sort of stiff at the end where they can't turn anymore. And then at that point, you can see me right there, just pull them right off. Alright, so you can see me here wearing gloves, and the reason why I'm wearing gloves at this time is because I just arrived at Mike's and the bike was running. It's only about 3-4 miles from his house to mine, but the bike was pretty hot and the exhaust was hot, and I wanted to get started right away, so I threw on a pair of gloves, and I recommend you do the same when working with hot exhaust pipes. Alright, another thing that I came to learn while doing this install was when it came to taking off that front header, I found it a lot easier to loosen up the mid controls to get it off. There might be another way out there, but that was the way that worked best for me. Alright, this next part is also fairly straightforward. What you're going to do is remove the exhaust. I started in the back with the muffler. So there's 2 brackets and 2 locking clamps on the muffler. Done. And I got this little mallet, and Mike tells me that I could pound on this little bracket right here to get it out. So let's try it. This one, right?
Yep. Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, all right, let's take the flanges off, right?
Well, let's look. Where's your sensors plugged in?
So there's a sensor here, and then there's a sensor right where you're at. Yeah, see, I would have went right for the flanges like an idiot.
Well, we got to see how this is going to come off without twisting the wire. Look at the other end.
I've seen this on YouTube before. I'm going to save myself right now. I have to unplug the O2 sensor before I take them out. Yes, there is a plug right here.
Okay.
And I need to take it out. Up there. By depressing on the little tab.
And you know how that works, right?
Yeah.
Without breaking it. No.
There. Right there, YouTube. disconnect it, and then unscrew it.
That's already finger tight.
So on the front header pipes, I just want to stop and make a quick note. The top bolt was pretty easy to get off. The bottom one, however, needed, I think, some more specialized tools. Maybe you know of a better way to get to it. But I ended up using a wrench on the backside to get it loose. And then I think we eventually found like a swivel head socket, and then we used that for the rest of the way. So that's why I'm on the other side of the bike during this portion. I'm loosening it up with a wrench. All right, so here is the Vance Hines 2-in-1 upsweep exhaust for soft tail. Right there, megaphone, everything that comes in the box except for in the middle. Those are gaskets. Those are bought separately. They're like $5. So we're gonna replace the gaskets as well today. Hardware, brackets, bracketing right there. And that's the old stuff. All right, let's get started. All right, we're all set. All right, so Mike, you were saying the first thing I got to do is take off this rear exhaust bracket?
Yep.
So how are we doing that? With
Those two Allen
keys. This little guy?
Oh, okay.
Probably like that, man.
I presume. Hold on, let me get to that part.
Oh, bad form.
What?
Look at that. I expect more from Vance Hines. Paint chip on the bracket.
I got some touch-up black you want to put on there.
You want to touch it up?
Yeah.
Just so it doesn't chip.
Yeah, here.
We got the supplied exhaust bracket back on. ARP 3/8. 12-point head right there. Good stuff. All right, next step was put the pipes on a protective surface. Good. All right. Install the circlips and the flanges from the stock system onto both of the head pipes. So let's bring that up in front of the camera so we can see how that's done. So we're using some needle nose pliers, long needle nose pliers, to get these circ clamps over the flange head. Is that what that's called? What's the technical term for this?
Yeah, whatever you said.
Whatever I say is the technical term for this is the technical. Got it. Thanks, Mike.
Uh-huh. I don't know what that's called.
Okay, so now we need to do our O2 sensor. So, okay, Here's my question.
Yeah.
Anti-seize on here and then on the adapter?
Yeah. We'll put a little bit on both.
On both sides of the threads.
Yeah.
See, I'm asking the questions, YouTube, so you don't have to. Right? This is a public service. All right, time to do the rear header. Camera angle has changed a little bit. I'd like to lie and say that it was because I thought this was going to be a better angle for you to see. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. You can get a good angle of where the rear header's going, but really it's because I needed to plug in my GoPro for more power.
Yeah, see, so we got adjustment. Okay, now you can...
All right, we have deviated from the instructions, YouTube. This is the expertise that only my friend Mike can bring to the table here. So what we did differently here from the instructions was we actually removed the bracket and installed it on the muffler first using that dog bone that they give you. And the reason for that was it wasn't lining up with the system quite right, and we played with all the bolts, loosened and tightened them in different directions, and we couldn't quite get it to line up perfectly. So instead we loosened everything up and then took the bracket off, attached it to the muffler first, realigned it, and as you can see, everything lined up. And then what I did was I held the headers exactly where I wanted them around the cam cover, so everything was nice and aligned, parallel. And then I had Mike tighten up the rear set, and I went in and tightened up the front. And I have to say, it ended up working out really nicely. Thanks for that tip, Mike. All right, bike's off the lift, YouTube. That's some progress. Let's see how the angle is. All right. So this is what I'm working with right here. Is you can see I got these brackets here, and for the controls to clear the exhaust, you need to put this guy on here. So this guy sits in there like this. Right, and we're gonna use these sunken bolts right here.
And Loctite.
And Loctite. I was about to just ask you, where's the Loctite at? Loctite is your friend. Especially when we're talking about controls, where your feet go.
I installed my first bar like that on a Sportster. I over-tightened the bolts going down the road. Pow! It broke off.
Oh, no.
There's a one on the left and one on the right. Well, I lost one of them, and it damn near crashed.
All right. And then I'm going to need you to pass me those. Okay, I wanted to jump in here with some comments. You can see me struggling to get this control arm up on that bracket. And the instructions in the next step say to remove the brake bar bolt and input this spacer. I think you should do that before you try to mount up this bracket. There just wasn't enough room to move that brake bar. It kept on like maxing out in the back. So if I were to do this all over again, I would put maybe a little bit of thread in there for the control arm, and then put the spacer and the new brake bar bolts on there to get these controls out. It would have made this a lot easier, and I wouldn't have struggled with this. All right, well, this is the end of the video just about, and I just want to share with you that putting on these brackets will move your controls forward and down just a little bit to clear the exhaust on the right hand side, but also on the left it'll move them the same amount of room. I didn't notice a difference the first day that I drove this off, but in my next video when I do like a first ride and exhaust note review, I'll have more of that information for you. Thanks for watching. Okay, the one thing I did not mention was cleaning it. So make sure you clean it, get all your little smudgy fingerprints off of it, because if you don't, it'll burn on all goofy like. But there it is, the Vance Hines 2-in-1 upsweep exhaust on a 2020 Softail Low Rider S. Hey, thanks for watching. If this video helped you or you liked it, go ahead and drop the hammer on that thumbs up button and that subscribe button. And I'll catch you on the next one. Later.